Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel and today we're going to be doing our 2023 financial goal breakdown. Now I know I'm a little late in the game posting this. I think it's around the February timeframe whenever I'm uploading this, so I apologize for getting this up a little bit later. But a couple of reasons for that. Number one, I just got my new camera, which I'm filming on today. Hopefully you guys like the quality. And number two, I just haven't had the time to sit down and write out these goals. And I think that's one of the most important things whenever you're goal setting is to set clear intentions and write them down. That way you can keep a reference of them and keep yourself accountable throughout the year. And I'm also the type of person that whenever I do something on my to-do list or whether I achieve a goal, I want to like check it off and make like a cute little check mark next to it. I don't know. It's internal motivation. That's just like my personal preference. So writing down those goals definitely helps. So yeah, I hope this video motivates you guys to create your own goals. As I just said, maybe whenever you're watching this video, you can just keep some notes to yourself about potential goals that you might want to make for 2023. And if you guys are new to my channel, I normally do cash envelope stuffings, but I do want to go a little bit more high level than that, go above and beyond that. So not just talk about some of my sinking fund goals, but also go into like my 401k, my retirement goals, my personal investment goals, and also my HYSA emergency fund goals, which I don't normally go over with you guys just because it's deducted automatically from my checking account. So it's not really something that I cash stuff. So hopefully by watching this video, you'll be able to take this information with you whenever you're watching my other cash stuffing videos and know that I do put money in other places besides my cash envelopes and my sinking funds. Before we get into the actual 2023 goals, I just want to say that everyone's life and circumstances are completely different. So my goals are going to differ significantly from yours. So what I would recommend you doing is just looking at your 2023 ahead. Is there an expense that you need to pay for? Is there an unexpected expense that you want to save up for? Will you be buying a house in 2023 or 2024? Do you want to have your emergency fund fully funded? Do you want to pay off that debt that you've been trying to pay off for a year? Take a look at those main priorities and see where it's best to allocate your money, but also make achievable goals too, right? So if you have $20,000 in credit card debt, but realistically you can only pay off 10, strive for that 10 and not that 20. Make it something that you can actually achieve, so that way at the end of the year, you'll look back and be really proud of yourself, and as I said before, be able to cross it off your to-do list. But without further ado, let's just get right into my 2023 personal financial goals. If you guys saw my debt confession, you guys know that debt payoff is one of my top goals for 2023. I started the year off with $2,000 in credit card debt. And I believe now I'm down to around that $1,000 mark just because I was lucky enough to receive a lump sum of extra income that I could put towards that debt. But realistically, I'll have the video linked down below if you guys want to check it out. Realistically, if I follow my timeline, I should be able to pay it off by May, maybe even earlier now since I was able to put that lump sum towards it. But yeah, it's accruing interest as we speak, which we all hate. We don't want that. So hopefully sooner rather than later, I will be out of that debt. My second goal is to have a fully funded emergency fund. And if you guys are unfamiliar with what an emergency fund is, it's usually around 3 to 6 months of expenses. That way, if you lose your job or if you have an unforeseen expense that is not covered by your sinking funds, that way you can cover those expenses without getting back into debt. So personally, my goal is going to be 6 months of expenses. Right now, I am sitting at $5,000 in my emergency fund, which is fantastic. I've made big leaps from year to year. I believe in 2021, I was at $1,000, which is not great. So I made an increase of about $4K there. But if I want to get to my 6-month goal, I would need to accumulate $12,000. So that is a $7,000 increase, which is a lot of money. But I do have an auto deduct from my checking account where I deduct $100 every single week to automatically put into my HYSA. So if I save $100 for each week of this year, so 100 times 52, that would be $5,200 into my HYSA, which would put me around the 10.2K mark. With that being said, if I want to meet that emergency fund goal of 12, I'm going to need to add another 1.8K into that high yield savings account. So I'm currently evaluating different strategies of what I want to do. Do I want to add more on top of that $100, or do I want to try and put like a lump sum towards the end of the year, maybe do like a savings type goal? I don't know. I'll update you guys on what I decide, but hopefully I can get there. My next goal is to have $30,000 in my retirement accounts. Now, I know for some people that may seem like a lot of money, and for others it may seem like very little, since a lot of people do put a lot of their income into their 401k, into their retirement accounts. So for reference, I am 25 years old. I'm about to turn 26, and I would like to retire around the 60-year-old time frame, but I don't know, guys, with inflation, it's wild out here, so I might have to push that back a little bit. We'll see. I don't know. But yep, that is my goal, $30,000. Right now I'm sitting at around $26,000. Of course, it is invested into my 401k, and you guys know the market is not performing well right now, so the entirety of my retirement accounts are down. So hopefully, maybe next year, this is something that I can't influence, but maybe next year the market will go back up and hopefully I'll see a little bit of a return there so it can compound. And hopefully earn me more money in the future. But I do contribute around $6,000, $7,000 a year into my into my 401k, into my retirement account, and I do have a company match as well, not of $6,000. I believe it's around 3%. So it's definitely achievable. It's just dependent on the market fluctuations and if I'm going to be losing money or if I'm going to be gaining money. My next goal is via personal investments, and for some reason this is my favorite goal. I don't know why, it just brings me so much satisfaction. You guys may be wondering why I have personal investments, why I don't just put all of it into my 401k, and that is because 401k early withdrawals are taxed very, very heavily. So God forbid something happens, something crazy happens and I don't have a sinking fund or my emergency fund can't even cover it, I would have to withdraw from my 401k. And as I just said, those tax rates are ridiculous. So I want that money to be there whenever I'm 60 and I'm ready to retire. So instead I have my two personal investment accounts. One is a dividend account and one is an index fund account. My dividend one is my favorite. It's through M1. You guys have to check them out. It's incredible. The reason I have that account is so hopefully I can accumulate enough money in the future to be able to have a substantial monthly income from dividends alone. So even though there's monthly, or not monthly, but even though there's fluctuations in the market, I'll still be receiving those dividends on a monthly or quarterly basis. And then I just like putting my money into index funds within SoFi. I think it's fun. So in terms of goals, right now I have about $8.2 thousand within both of those combined. I'm combining them just because it would be a lot to break them down into two separate accounts. But right now I think I have around $8.2 thousand. It does fluctuate on a daily basis with the market. My goal is to have $15,000 in my personal investments by the end of 2023. And I know it may seem like a lot, and it kind of is, but I don't know, I think I can do it. So I'm just breaking out my calculator here. If I put 125 each week for 52 weeks, that's $6,500 plus my $8,200 that I already have in those accounts is 14.7. So unless, you know, the markets are just, they keep going down like they have been, I think it is achievable, and hopefully, cross my fingers, we'll see some sort of increase there. So that would, I mean, gosh, that would be absolutely incredible. That way, my personal investments, so let's just say I have $15,000 in my personal investments, and my retirement is at $30,000, I would be almost at that 50K mark. So we'd be sitting at $45,000. which is incredible. And I don't know, I think I can do it, guys. You guys are gonna have to keep me accountable. Definitely gonna have to watch my cash stuffings so I can update you guys on the status quo there. All right, last but not least is my sinking funds, which you guys may be the most excited for if you watch my cash stuffing videos. So I do have my sinking funds binder right here that I go through on my cash envelope stuffings. So I'm just going to flip through this and let you guys know if I have a goal for each envelope and what that goal is if I do have one. So hair, I do not have a goal here because this is constantly changing. Aesthetics, I do not have a goal here, but I would like to get a couple of facials here and there throughout the year. So I just want to keep this envelope fully funded throughout the whole year. Next up is Christmas, and I think I've said this before, but my goal for Christmas is $1,000. I spent around $1,000 last year, so that would be great if I could have that in the end of 2023. Right now I'm trying to focus on this envelope, that way I can build it up and be able to put some of it into my high yield savings account, and that way whenever it's that October-November time frame, I won't have to stress about putting an extra $100, $200 each week into that envelope. Gifting, I do not have a goal for that. That changes constantly. Car, if you guys watch my videos, you know that I have been trying to get $500 in car for the longest time, but my ultimate goal for 2023 is $1,000, which I think is definitely doable as long as I keep it a focus point. Right now, we just hit that $500 mark, which is super exciting. And also cross my fingers that no big car expense comes my way, because I love every time I have a fully stocked car envelope, something happens to my car. I'm just like knocking on wood over here because something always happens, but let's hope not. Okay, vacation. I do not have a goal for vacation, but it is going to be a huge focus point this year because, as you guys know, if you saw my debt video, I have been noticing I spend a lot of money on travel and spontaneous vacations. So I'd like to have that money there whenever I need it. That way I won't have to put anything back on my credit card and get into that debt cycle again. Luxury is next. There's no goal for luxury. It's just honestly a fun envelope that I like to put money into. I guess if we wanted to put a goal on it, we could say $500, but it's not a huge focus point of mine right now. Next up is business. There's no goal for business. I would like to get a tripod so I wouldn't have to record all my videos on like a tabletop with like 5 books stacked. But that's the main purchase for this year. I did just buy my camera, which you guys are watching this video on. So that was really my main goal for 2022, which I did achieve. So there we go. Membership, there's no goal here. House. Okay, so this is a tough one. I would like to get to 500, but I just don't know if that's feasible right now. Okay, sorry guys, my camera died, so I had to recharge it, but wrapping things up, house, I would like to get to 500, but we'll see because I've only been putting like $5 or $10 in there each week. Tax, there's no goal for tax. I just want to make sure that I'm prepared whenever the season comes. And that is it for my sinking fund goals. So that wraps up my 2023 financial goals. I really hope that you guys enjoyed and took some things away from this video. As I mentioned before, if you even just put $5 or $10 each week towards one of your goals, that's fantastic too. But if you like this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also hit the notify button. That way you can get notified whenever I post a new video. But I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.